You know that feeling when you picture your future as a parent? You imagine lovely family outings, your child making lifelong friends and peaceful bedtime routines. Then reality hits and instead you're dodging flying toys, learning far too much about sensory triggers, and negotiating with a 5-year-old like you're in a hostage situation. Parenting is never what we expect, but when you're raising a neurodivergent child, it can feel like you're learning a whole new language while juggling blindfolded. If you've ever felt exhausted, isolated, or even guilty about the challenges that come with raising a neurodivergent child, please know you're not alone, and you're not a bad parent. Today, we're talking about the reality of parenting a neurodivergent child, the highs, the lows, the moments of absolute chaos, and most importantly, how to navigate it with confidence and support. And before we dive in, if you're new here, hi, I'm Emma, a mum with over 20 years of experience in childcare and parental guidance. On this channel, Raising Stars, we have real, honest conversations about parenting. So if that sounds like something you need, hit subscribe and join our little community. Let's start with something no one talks about enough: your well-being as a parent. Parenting a neurodivergent child is rewarding, but it can also be really tough. Studies show that parents in this situation often experience higher stress levels and reduced overall well-being than parents of neurotypical children. And here's the thing. When you're constantly focused on managing your child's needs, it's easy to ignore your own. You might push down your own frustration, sadness, or even grief over the challenges your child faces. This doesn't mean you don't love your child. It just means you're human. Recognizing these emotions doesn't make you weak. In fact, it makes you a better parent because you're acknowledging your needs too. You know those parenting books that tell you how to get your child to eat broccoli, play nicely, and go to sleep by 7 p.m? Yeah, they forgot to include the autism, ADHD, sensory processing, and PDA chapters. Here's the thing. Traditional parenting methods don't always work for neurodivergent kids, and that can be really frustrating. You try everything. Reward charts, strict routines, gentle but firm discipline, and your child still refuses to wear socks because they feel like sandpaper. So what do? We adapt. Parenting a neurodivergent child means throwing out the one-size-fits-all rulebook and figuring out what works for your unique child. And trust me, it's a learning curve. Now, let's talk about the moments that catch parents off guard, the things that can make you feel completely lost. Public meltdowns and judgmental stares. Yes, Karen, my child is not just spoiled. Emotional regulation struggles. Sometimes love looks like being hit because emotions are too big. Lack of support from family and friends. They just need more discipline. No, Aunt Susan, they need understanding. These challenges can feel isolating, but please know you are not alone and you are not a bad parent. Your child isn't misbehaving, they're struggling, and your love and patience make all the difference. All right, let's get into strategies that actually help. These won't magically fix anything because your child isn't broken, but they will make life easier. 1. Self-regulation over obedience. Teach your child to recognize their emotions, not just behave. 2. Pick your battles. If they refuse socks, who cares? Some fights aren't worth the stress. 3. Sensory-friendly routines. Identify triggers and work around them. Noisy crowds, headphones, scratchy clothes, soft fabrics. 4. Find your community. Parenting a neurodivergent child is not easy, but it is incredibly rewarding. Your child sees the world in a way that's beautifully unique, and they're lucky to have you as their parent. Super. You're doing better than you think. On-screen text. Text appears on screen. Scene 2, call to action time code. 0006170000006170000 narrator, VO. If this video helped, hit like. It helps more parents find this message. And if you're new here, subscribe to Raising Stars for more real, honest parenting advice. Narrator, VO. Comment below. What's one thing that helps you on this journey?